This is just my theory. I think Elon Musk has got some of the most brilliant minds on the planet working for him. And everywhere I go, when I talk, watch where I'm going.
Okay, go ahead.
Watch where I'm going first. Everywhere I go, I've never found nobody that said they like Trump. I feel that Elon Musk and them created something to sabotage the election.
Yeah,
And I believe that the election.
of course.
I
That's
believe
coming
the
out now,
election. Yeah, I believe the election was rigged.
Of course it was.
Somehow it was rigged, and that's how dominant. Because to this day, I haven't found not one person that liked Trump. Right. Everywhere I go, it's like that he's the enemy.
Yeah, but you also got to look at, there was a time when people weren't honest about it. It's like, what's the mayor of New York?
Eric Adams.
Eric Adams. So you go, well, he's black, but he's a cop.
Right.
And so rich white people vote for Eric Adams because a cop will keep black people in check. So whether or not he's black or not, he's still blue. And so, and the way he governed was against black people. He shitted on black people, shitted on poor people.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
So,
Eric Adams,
so whenever you talk about New York, when you get rich white folks who are racist but not outwardly racist, what do you hear? Law and order. Law and order means keep niggas in their place.
Okay.
Pretty much.
So whenever you hear law and order, that's keep niggas in their place. Eric Adams was, even though we looked at him, he's a black dude, but he was a black dude who sided with police officers.
He was the plantation watcher. You know, they gave the black dude the gun, the one black dude to watch the other blacks.
Right.
That's Eric Adams.
Yeah.
Peel it back.
Man.
Peel it back.
Yeah. So, and you know, he was a street dude.
Right. Yeah,
Like,
I know.
Queens.
His nickname was Cocaine.
Right.
So it's like, so he's just doing what he do normally, but he makes white people feel comfortable because he's saying, I will keep black people in place. It's like even the dude, what's the dude who came, who's deporting people?
Yeah, that
he
dude
came
is
up and
fucking
just
nuts.
punked him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He punked him off.
He
was
said,
like,
yeah, you better have your shit right.
Otherwise,
And
we
Eric's
gonna
like-
come back because he's fucking with trying to get the pardon.
Right.
He's trying
For
to get a
making those
pardon.
deals with Turkey.
Yeah. Here's
So,
okay.
no, go ahead. You're right.
No. I was gonna say, like, all that shit that's happening, like with a lot of this stuff, all because you know they're deporting the Latinos, all this other shit. All of this is just passive aggressive moves to go, okay, black folks, you're next.
Right.
So they're rolling back all kinds of black
They
shit.
rolling back.
You know that they took the ban off of segregation. Did you know about that?
No.
Yeah.
Taking the ban off of segregation, segregated bathrooms and shit. They want to bring that shit back. They want to bring back segregated bathrooms.
They're trying to
kidding
overturn
me.
the 14th Amendment, which is equal protection under the law.
I'm telling
if you
you.
don't know the whole history, when people talk about the
Are you gonna bring it up? Right. Okay.
the bus boycott, people think it was about a bus boycott.
Look at
It
this
wasn't
shit.
about a bus boycott. It was specifically about equal protection under the law. So when the Depression happened, you LBJ passed the Green Deal, the New Deal, which gave white folks Social Security and Medicaid, Medicare. But they made a deal with the Southern congressmen that they would let them pass it as long as it wasn't available to black people. So when you talk about the Civil War with Martin Luther King, they were not. Yes, the bus boycott was part of it, but the equal protection under the law, which is what gave black people access to Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, and welfare. It was already available to white people prior to 1965,
Man.
and that is what the deal was. And the only reason why that happened because 11 major cities was on fire because people were rioting.
Yep.
And so Kennedy made the deal, said, look, we'll pass the 14th Amendment so that black people could get Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare. And and now they're overturning that. They're rolling that back. They're saying this is a post-racial society.
Yeah, they think
we don't need
racism's
this
over.
anymore.
Racism's over now. So we're gonna bring back segregation.
This shit is insane,
Oh
dog.
yeah, they really doing some fuck shit right now, and they're fucking white people too. I've been watching.
that's the
I've
difference.
been watching white farmer town halls.
Oh, like-
it's some of the greatest shit on the planet.
Like sitcoms.
It's so fucking great. They're like, you fucking lied to us, you piece of shit, goddamn it. It's like the whites are being affected.
Right.
They're being
all
treated
of the
like
all
black
of the
people.
Trump people that voted for it are getting fucked hard. And I'm kind of
Veterans.
I'm happy. Not happy. I don't want
Man.
people to be treated right, but they were thinking it was just going to be us.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
They were voting for Trump on some, no more niggers. And the blacks that Jamal Bryant, did I show that here? Jamal Bryant, Pastor Jamal Bryant.
Yeah.
I showed that?
Yeah, you showed it.
Woo,
Yeah. You can
that's-
run it again. Run it again.
I want to run that again.
Now,
Jamal Bryant.
So bring it up.
And the
What happened?
Coons. So Jamal Bryant's that pastor. And he's kind of a rising pastor. You know,
Okay.
you have your regulars.
Yeah.
He's just coming out like past couple years. He's like the TD Jakes guy. But
Okay.
so the blacks that came to the White House, they were all stacked up in that little
Black History.
Yeah, Black History. Like, look at all the, and there's this one guy, that light-skinned dude.
He's the guy.
biggest coon. He's a big Trump supporter, and he stuck up. There, someone brought up Jamal Bryant's picture, like in effigy, just hanging, like clowning him.
Yeah.
So he did a little speech, calling them motherfuckers coons and tap dancers. It's fucking badass. And when I made a video on it, Jamal Bryant liked my shit.
Really? Cool,
yeah.
cool.
And I said, I just hope I hope you don't become one of those pastors that talks all the shit and it ends up
don't
being a
come through.
fucking whack.
Yeah.
And he liked what I said.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, can you find Jamal Bryant's speech about coons in the White House? It's good.
But
it's good.
It's crazy that you had these black folks he had already outlawed Black History Month. Trump, presidentially said there's no more Black History Month.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the last minute, he had a Black History event where he invited only black MAGA people.
Okay,
So
here
all
it
the
is.
coons.
Now watch. This is really good. Now watch. Can you?
But I ain't afraid of the spooks that sat at the door. These runaway slaves hiding in the White House gonna throw my picture up thinking that I'm gonna be
See the
afraid.
background.
If you got real courage, don't show my picture. Show the picture of the one that fired the black Joint Chief of Staffs from the military. If you gonna show a picture of the CEO of Target, Walmart, McDonald's, and Amazon that does not recognize black dollars or black business. If you gonna put up a picture of the state legislators in Florida that are banning black books. If you gonna put up the picture of the one who is stealing classified information from the IRS and Social Security. If you gonna put up a picture of those that don't want your mama to pay $35 for insulin and your child to pay $35 for inhaler. If you gonna put up a picture of those that are jailing children and separating families. I ain't ever scared. In case you forgot, I'm from the west side of Baltimore. If you got a problem, pull up on me.
That was the shit.
Wow.
Everyone's like, yo, this dude.
Yeah, I gotta go see him,
A lot
yo.
of pastors don't talk like that.
Right, that's right.
He's like, fuck that.
Everything
Right.
that he's mentioning is bills that Biden passed.
Yes.
The $35 thing, all of those things he's talking
And he
about
roll it
with
back.
things that Biden passed. That everybody's going, Biden ain't do shit. He wasn't even awake. Whatever.
Biden did a lot.
And I'm not a Biden fan,
Right, no.
but Biden had probably one of the most successful presidencies in the history of this country.
Wow.
And-
If you look at the list of things that he passed, the CHIPS
Right.
Act, the infrastructure thing, the $35, just so much stuff.
And Trump's giving all that back.
Oh, he's already rolling it back.
He's rolling
He's
it all
already
back.
rolling it back.
Rolling it all back. And I was gonna say damn. I had another thing.
He hasn't even worked. All he did was he's just been signing stuff.
He's just angry at the world and just wants to.
But the courts. There's over.
They're rolling a lot of.
They're
They're not letting him do
everything he's doing.
They're not letting him do it.
They're going to the
illegal.
courts. because he's doing it unconstitutionally,
Right.
and they're rolling it. But
yeah.
it's just like this is what corporate does to like unions and stuff. We roll it back, fuck you, and then make you fight
it
back.
So it's
Right.
like
Instead of going, this is unconstitutional.
he's like
So-
a kid with a crayon. He's just writing on the wall. You got to clean that up.
Right,
Oh,
right.
Damn, he's over there. Get it.
Right,
you know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah,
That
that's
type
exactly
of
And
shit.
I'm not the trans thing, but he said you can't some trans thing he passed, and he was just this chick from Massachusetts. He was like, well, she was from Massachusetts. He goes, are you not gonna support that? Like in a
Yeah, she's like, I'm not supporting that shit.
And she goes, I will follow the federal mandates, the federal and state mandates. He goes, so you better support that, otherwise you're not going to get the funds.
She said, I'll see you in court.
For your city. She was like, I'll see you in court.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, so people are standing up and
Right.
shit like that. It's getting
But
out of hand, and
it's
they're
because
And
white people are feeling. They feel what it's like to be black. But like we're not surprised about this,
Right.
Because they've always been taking
like yeah,
stuff
and
away.
black
They've
folks are
always,
like just tend to your business. Keep not shopping at these dumbass stores. Like Target is losing mad
Billions.
money.
Billions.
We're killing them. Good. Fuck them. And there was one lady, Tabitha Brown. You know Tabitha Brown. She's a black lady. You know, she was an Uber driver. She's always smiling, spiritual. You know, she got really famous.
But internet
off her products.
stuff. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And so she made a speech. She's like,
Hair care
hey, I
products
just
and
want to say to you black people, I know you guys were banning Target and all this other stuff, but some of us black owners have black products still in the store, and we would hope that you guys and they tore her
Yeah, they
ass.
was
They were like,
like,
it's all about you, huh? Fuck that. We're not going in to buy your shit because it still
Wow.
gives Target. I like that.
Right.
Black people are fucking holding everybody accountable
That's
now.
right.
All of us.
About time.
Everybody.
Yep.
We are finally going, nope. Fuck you.
Right.
Take your shit out of there. Go online. We'll get it. We'll get the money. We'll just buy it straight from you.
Right.
It's like, why would you do that? Like,
Yeah.
they supported her.
Yeah,
Right.
they lifted her up.
And these are black women.
They
tore
shut her down.
ass up.
Man.
Even when I was held accountable for what I said about James Avery,
Okay.
the Fresh Prince dad.
Yes.
When I had a job in Chicago, I was doing the Gospel Awards.
All right.
So I was a warm up guy.
Right.
This was my first little gig and shit downtown Chicago. And the guy told me, he told me where to stand and all this other shit. And I remember everybody was there. Anne-Marie Horsford from Amen, Clifton Davis. He was an asshole to me. I remember that shit. Nia Long was mean to me. I remember that.
Wow.
Yeah, she was mean. I was like, Anne-Marie Horsford was the nicest lady. You know Anne-Marie Horsford?
Yeah.
She was the nicest lady to me. She was just like, you're so funny. How old? Blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Keep going. Clifton Davis was a dick. I will never forget that shit. Anyway, so I saw everybody. It was Mississippi Mass Choir, Ricky Dillard, and that's how I know Kirk Franklin.
Okay.
Kirk Franklin. It was great. It was awesome. The Clark sisters. Minister Farrakhan was there. Jesse Jackson was there. So I'm warming up the audience. and
Right.
shit. So then I see James Avery, the father from Fresh Prince. I said, there go Uncle Phil.
Right.
I didn't know. Because, most of gospel, very feminine.
Right.
And I didn't know. I'm
Right.
22, 20. I'm like, oh, I didn't know. Uncle Phil was. So I'm talking about it on a podcast. And I said, this is what the term I used, gay as hell. That's
Right.
what I said on the pod. But they cut it to where they made me think I was being nasty.
Being
but it was a
homophobic.
whole story.
Right.
They cut that out for
Right.
clicks. And I do this one hip hop podcast, and I was doing I did it like during COVID. And I was like, yeah. I didn't know he was. Yeah, he's gay as hell. I didn't know.
Right. I think I saw it.
I just didn't know. But I wasn't saying anything homophobic.
Right.
So people came at me. Like, how could you say that? Blah, 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 right?
Respect
And I
the
go,
dead, all
I said, first of all, I don't have time to. No one's gonna go and research the whole thing. People won't go to find context anymore. So I said, what I'm gonna do? I thought about it. I said, let me do a video saying, hey man, if I disrespect,
Right.
let me just do that, because no one's gonna go, oh, I got what you said. Nobody
Right.
got time for that. They'd
Right.
rather go, fuck you, especially motherfuckers that never were your fans.
Right.
They're like, nigga, you ain't fuck, I knew
Right.
your ass, And Holly Robinson Pete she, Holly Robinson.
Yeah, absolutely.
She was like, yeah, he was a very close friend of mine that was out of pocket and juvenile. Like, she threw that at me.
Right.
And she goes, but I'm glad that you held yourself accountable. And what's funny is I wanted to see all the other, and man, the gay community shut her up.
Is that right?
They were like, you need to shut the fuck up, because first of all, Godfrey was not offensive. He was not offensive. He wasn't homophobic. He was black. Talking to her, she goes, you need to keep quiet, and you didn't have to like insult him like that. I was crazy.
Right.
They were like, yeah, he said gay as hell. That's all he said. He didn't say, I hate gays.
Right.
He goes, the gay community is not that sensitive. We're not fucking kids.
Right.
That was really surprising that they stuck up for me.
Okay.
I didn't have to say, because I wasn't like, I told her I was going to write something to Holly, say, hey, I got that, but you didn't have to insult me. But I didn't, because I saw.
Because people good at attacking.
Oh, yeah.
In the comments.
Virtual scene.
They'll call you a clown. If they don't like something,
Yeah.
they will come
they're
at
good.
you. Yeah, they good.
There's some good comebacks.
Yeah, there's some good comebacks.
But I get a lot of people, and a lot of times I'm always like this, I should say something to this motherfucker. But I'll have people backing me.
What I
which
do
is great.
is I'm so busy. If I even glimpse, it could be the first 2-3 words.
Yeah.
Your ass is blocked. My block game is so
be sick.
cold. This
Yeah.
thumb is so strong.
Nobody
Dog,
wants
I could probably
thumb
push a
wrestle
truck because my block game. I gotta have the record every day.
Yeah, that's
blocking
good.
people.
Now you with the guard, I say you with the guard free. Now you with the guard, I say you with the guard free. He ain't playing around with none of these lanes, but I guarantee you'll be entertained and watch him drop some knowledge on your brain.